Well, this was not what we were expecting for this Monday.
I was in the thick of things too in Northwest Braden. That's where we live.
Right out in the middle of it,
and 73-mile-an-hour wind gusts. That's what we had.
Wow.
That's the graphic right there that you see. 73, you know, that's close to hurricane strength.
Wow, yeah.
And sustained winds are up around 45 to 50 miles an hour. Here's some of the damage. I had a chance to drive around and shoot some of this, and you can see that tree was just twisted right off. That sign, which was in a metal sign, stop sign, was bent over. This tree was uprooted, just narrowly missing that home. And that was a very large tree. This is what's left of a trampoline, and there were several of these that were picked up and tossed about. Again, trees snapping power lines, causing power outages throughout Northwest Braden, getting the worst damage of them all, as you can see right there. And there's that house that it just missed. And we talked about it earlier, some of the businesses there in Northwest Braden sustaining some damage as a result of Tropical Storm Emily. And some viewer photos sent in too. This one not only in Manatee, but Sarasota too. Jacaranda, Nancy Lancaster, showing a lot of trees down in her backyard and covering off some of the porch right there. So some big trees falling there as well. And this one from Northwest Braden. You see that large tree right there? Underneath it is a PT Cruiser, which was crushed right there. That's why we advise not to be driving around when these winds are blowing up to 50, 60 miles an hour. Jackie Van O sending that photo into that PT Cruiser underneath that large tree right there. Well, we had some sunshine finally later on in the afternoon as the system moved through. Then another little feeder band made his way through, bringing with it some showers and just a little glimmer of sunshine there as the storm continues to head off to the east. Weather headlines read like this: Emily weakening, continuing rain chance lowers on Tuesday, but it's back on Wednesday as more moisture returns. Now, the radar picture is depicting a lot of rainfall down to our south. I think we'll have an evening of less activity. Last night, some big thunder rolling through parts of the Suncoast. These storms are pushing off to the west. Basically, these are kind of feeding into a place further south than our region, and the system itself continues to move off to the east. So good news, it's now a tropical depression and looks as though it will stay that way. No rain depicted right now. We need a chance to dry out too after an excessive amount of rainfall today. Tropical downpours bringing up to nearly 5 inches of rain at times, and it's still happening down near Naples. You can see that and along Alligator Alley. Here's the rainfall totals as they have been coming in. Estimates 2.4 in Northport, Inglewood getting over 3 inches of rainfall. Right there at Bayshore Gardens, 4.5 inches, and at the airport we had over 3 inches of rain in just a short period of time. But there's the dry air that just on the border of it now. There goes our system off into the Atlantic eventually by tomorrow, and some of this dry air will be in place, although we'll still see a few scattered showers and a few storms around. Skies are partly cloudy right now, 77 degrees. Dew point is at 73, and winds are out of the north-northeast at 7. The pressure has been rising, 29.99 inches. Good sign there. The high today was below average, as you would expect, with the rain and clouds and showers. Our normal high at 90, our normal low into the mid-70s. Well, there at nearly 4 inches of rainfall at the Sarasota Braden Airport today. That brings our monthly total well above the average. And as far as winds go, not nearly as windy tomorrow. It was a very windy day today, especially right around 11 o'clock this morning. Basically out of the west overnight and southwest on Wednesday. That brings moisture back into play again. And that front's still there. That front, as I said last week, sometimes sits out here in the Gulf and a little spin up occurs. Well, we could see that again. We'll have to keep an eye on it out there in the Gulf because it will be remaining in the Gulf of Mexico on Wednesday. It may not be as strong as it was today, but there goes the remnants of what was Emily. And for us, we'll start to see this moisture increasing with showers and storms in the offing, especially Wednesday afternoon. Well, for boating tomorrow, better. Still a bit breezy, moderate chop on the bays and inland waters. As far as tides go, upcoming tide, low tide at 1:59. Sunset will be at 8:19 tomorrow. Partly cloudy. A few scattered showers, mainly offshore. It will be breezy, 78 tomorrow. 30% chance for storms, a high of 89, so a little bit less action tomorrow. But then it comes back pretty strong on Wednesday, and then by the weekend it returns once again. Haley?
Thank you, Bob.